Why shouldn't I just say what I feel when I feel it and say it how I feel it? Turn your Bibles with me to Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, which reads, "So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you." Now, to help us follow the golden rule, we need to use cognitive techniques to help assess each situation. For example, we can use self-distancing language by asking ourselves, how would I feel if someone treated me that way? Similarly, you could ask yourself, how would I feel if someone treated someone that I care about in the same way that I'm thinking of treating somebody right now? So you see, the golden rule requires that we deliberately think before we speak and before we act. So before you make a comment under somebody's post on Facebook, we need to think of how we would feel if that same thing was said to us. And if we're speaking orally, face to face, then we need to think about the tone that we use or we choose. And before you ridicule someone, you need to think of the impact of your actions. Before you create a meme and make a mockery of someone, you need to contemplate on how your actions will affect this person's well-being, especially their mental well-being in this pandemic and these chaotic times. But even while I speak, some people may be asking or thinking, who has time for that? Right? Who has time for all of that thinking? Why shouldn't I just say what I feel when I feel it and say it how I feel it? Why should I care about people's feelings? And some may say, you know what, this is who I am. I am a straightforward person. But when you think of it, straightforward is not synonymous with insensitive. And that's why it's important to be assertive, to be able to express yourself freely without treating people like a doormat, and also understanding that you are not a doormat yourself. And I believe that when we start to consider others, it will make a great difference. I believe that if persons followed the golden rule and they were able to see others or treat others in the same way that they treat their friends, their family, themselves, then we would see a decrease in crime. We would see a decrease in violence. Now, I can decide and you can decide, you know what, I won't laugh if somebody gets hurt. I won't steal somebody's property. I won't hurt somebody. I won't shoot someone, because I can put myself in their shoes and I understand what they feel, and I know how much they worked hard for their vehicles, or I know how much they worked hard for their homes and for their furniture. I won't come in and take everything because I know it would take so much effort to start all over again. So when you think of it, by following the golden rule, we follow many of the other commandments that Christ gave. So I'm not perfect, but I am learning every day to put myself in people's shoes. Now, none of us are perfect, but we all can make a choice. We often hear people say that hurt people, and it's true. But we forget a very important word. Hurt people choose to hurt people. Whether we like it or not, every action is a choice. Ellen White states, in all our dealing with our fellow men, whether they be unbelievers or believers, we are to treat them as Christ would treat them were he in our place. So basically, WWJD, what would Jesus do? If we think about that before acting, before speaking, before making any decisions, we'd follow the golden rule with ease. That's something to think about.